Happy Halloween, folks. I want to bring you guys one of my favorite looks that I've done for Harley. This was done for a Contributable event where I wanted to do a Halloween look that Harley might have been able to do. I did this next to my partner who went as Lobo, so we went as the big bad lone wolf Lobo and Harley Red Riding Hood Quinn. It's a really fun look and I'm gonna show you how you can do it kind of casually and then with all this chaos. Let's go! Alright, so right now I have my very blue contact lenses in and I'm going straight with foundation. I'm completely skipping the concealer step because we are gonna do like this crazy eye makeup that we're basically gonna cover all of our eye bags anyway, so I don't go in with any concealer. If you want to conceal anything other than your eye bags, like if you have a zit or something, you know, it happens, it's alright. Go and conceal them before jumping into your foundation, but for my case, my skin was being good to me this week, so I just did my foundation. Of course, set that all with powder. I'm setting this really well. If you're going to an event or you're going trick-or-treating, you're gonna want to use a setting spray in between these steps. So usually I would take it right after doing like the base, and then once more after the contour, and then the eyes, and etc. Just to make sure that all of your makeup stays while you're going on your little party or trick-or-treating. Although if you're watching this during the quarantine, you know, don't do it. Anyway, next I am doing contour. Now, I am not particularly doing this to look like, let's say, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn or the Harley Quinn from the video games or the comics or anything. I'm just doing this as a Halloween look, so I'm just contouring my face how I like to. You can contour your face however you want. If you want to learn how to contour your face into Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn in particular, I have a video on how I did her Birds of Prey look right now on my YouTube channel. You can click it up there. Is it up there? I don't know. Anyway, I'll have it linked. If anything, it's in the description below. So if you want to learn how to become the Margot Robbie Harley Quinn for Halloween, you can check out my video there and hopefully learn something. So anyway, I'm just contouring my cheekbones, my temples, and now my nose bridge. The usual for me. Jumping into the brows, I like to have a pretty heavy brow when I do Harley Quinn. She particularly has heavy brows in the later iterations of her, and I like the look with her blonde hair, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm using just a brown eyeshadow. This is actually the darkest shade in my contour palette, and on an angled brush, I'm just drawing on my new brows. As you can see, I have none, so I just create the shape that I want. You can follow your natural shape, you can conceal them and create a new one if you want to go ham on it, but you know, it's Halloween. Your goal is to have fun, so really just do what you want and what you're comfortable with. And if you don't have eyebrows like me, I like to seal my eyebrows in and make them more convincing that they're not absent. I use a little brush thing. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it's that thing that you just saw me use. Anyway, moving on, Harley Quinn in the later iterations, and for the wig I'm using, because I'm using my Suicide Squad wig, has the red and blue side, so I'm going to be doing this for this look. If you want to do black and red, that's cool too. But for this red and blue look, I am starting with a very hot pink as a base, and I am spreading that out from my eyelid, going outward. Again, we're going to do a really crazy eye here, so be sure to lay on those pigments and just start spreading it outwards. I'm not necessarily doing this to change my eye shape at the moment. I'm kind of just following it, but I am making it very dramatic and big. So of course, I'm also putting this underneath. Again, you're gonna see me really put this eyeshadow like all the way down, because as we said, and if you saw it in the beginning of the video, the eye makeup gets a little crazy. So I'm gonna smoke this out a lot further down than I usually do, than I normally would. I wouldn't do this for an everyday look, but it's Halloween, so it's gonna be really fun. I'm interchanging with a eyeshadow brush and a fluffy brush just so that I can get like a good saturation using the eyeshadow brush with the pigment, and then I'm using a fluffy brush to really just fluff everything out and blend it all together and make it not look like, you know, you just drew like a circle on there. I really want it to kind of just blend outwards. Like what? An explosion of colored powder in one of those running events? Yeah, that's it. And because Harley Quinn does the whole like one side and the other side kind of look with her, I'm gonna be showing you how I do the other side. Now, the other side is going to be blue, so you can see here that actually I'm using a couple of shades of blue. Blue is a pigment that's pretty tricky when it comes to eyeshadows, I feel. At least that's just my experience. I mean, if you have a really pigmented blue, go for it. If it was like my hot pink eyeshadow that I was just able to layer it on its own to get that blend, then go. But for my blue ones, I'm actually using like 3 different shades. Also because I didn't want to like go too heavy on it. So first I was using this light blue shade, and then now you can see me coming in with more of this royal blue, and I'm really just blending that together. My logic with the eyeshadow is to have like the darkest parts on the outer edge of the eye, and then it just blended out inwards. And so here I also added in a dark red to just further add more contrast, you know, and make it darker on the outer edge and underneath that eye. I'm creating a new lower lash line, basically. It's just a look that I thought was cute, you know, this Halloween look. Just making it up as I go. In fact, I am also making the script up as I go, if that was not obvious enough. Why? Because it's late at night, and I am doing this late at night again, and yeah, I should be more prepared. Anyway, for the blue, I'm going in with more of this like purpley blue. I'd say indigo. Yeah, more indigo shade to darken that up. And again, just blending everything out. Now, to further create more contrast with that, especially with that lower lash line that I'm doing, I'm getting a black eyeshadow and I am blending out that line. I'm basically doing what I've been doing this whole time, where it's concentrated in one side and then it's kind of just blended outwards. So for that black line underneath, it's concentrated most in towards the inner edge of my eye. Yes. I should really do this in the morning. Trick or treat, I guess. Anyway, so for the liner, I am doing a pretty harsh and large eyeliner. I'm just doing one of those like very straight triangular ones, and it takes me a couple times to really get this right. So take your time with it, you know? Eyeliner can be tricky. And just to marry that eyeliner, I'm adding some black eyeshadow on the edge again. And to finally complete this eye look, I'm adding white eyeliner in my waterline and in that weird little inner corner that I drew. Why? Because I can't. Oh no, this is gonna be a mess. Okay, so curl my lashes, add mascara, and then I'm going to pop on some falsies, which I did off camera because hell yes, that's the only way I can really do it properly sometimes. So hope you like it here. Alright, next is the lips. So for the end of my look, I have a lot of fake blood all over my lips because, well, I'll explain it later. But for this one, I am basically just lining my lips naturally. If you would like to clean up afterwards and really like, or do a cool gradient lip or something, go ahead, like knock yourself out. But for me, I just did a very simple red lip, and then I go in with my favorite step, highlighter. As usual, the tip of my nose bridge, underneath those new eyebrows I drew on, my cupid's bow, my cheekbones, and the inner corner of my eyes. I'm kind of connecting it with that like bottom thing, just so it looks like, you know, that's the edge of my eye. Alright, and if you want something more casual and not sticky, you can stop here. This is kind of just this glam Harley look, and then you can wear it with that little Red Riding Hood thing. But if you're like me and you like the chaos, let chaos reign. I was doing the hand things. Okay, only critters will get that reference. I had to, sorry. Anyway, I am having like this black eyeshadow on this fluffier brush, and then on the thinner brush, I'm also adding that black eyeshadow just to have layers with the streak lines that I put here. Is she crying? We don't know. Was she just in the rain? Maybe she sweated it off, doing what she had to do. Because my whole concept with this whole Harley Quinn thing, I actually had like this jack-o'-lantern that was Joker's head. And the concept was that I am the Little Red Riding Hood that killed and ate the Joker. And, you know, the big bad wolf is in cahoots with me, which was Lobo. So that was the idea, which is why I'm adding this oil-based body paint. I usually use water-based, but I really just could not find red water-based paint, which is so sad. But I'm using oil-based here, and I'm basically just creating a base for where I put all the fake blood. So I'm just drawing it on there and then blending it out so that it's like red and stained. And I'm kind of also planning where I'd put it. I like doing like streaks as if I've hit him with like a baseball bat, and then, you know, the blood just spurts up towards her face, because like I said, this is like a whole concept where the Joker's dead and Harley was the one that ended him. And yeah, so before I put on the fake blood, as you can see, I put my wig on, and this is edible fake blood, by the way. I basically just got pancake syrup and mixed in some red food coloring and blue food coloring to make like that dark blood. And as you saw on my face, I am not a fan of sweet things, so this was like really gross for me. I wish it just tasted like real blood. Oh no, that's so weird to say. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna forget that. We're gonna ignore what I just said. Yep, so in this part, I am basically just having fun with that fake blood. Put it where you think you would want it. I remember going incredibly bloody the first time I did this. Like, the entire lower half of my jaw was just covered in blood because I felt like she would kind of go animalistic with it, and she just kind of bite into Joker's like body, and so there'd be blood everywhere. But for this look, I went for a more just like in her mouth area, and then you can see me later, I'll be adding the blood up towards her face. So I was trying to do the splatter thing, but since this was syrup, it wasn't working. You know, sometimes you gotta work with what you have, and this was all I had. It was during the pandemic when this all happened, just to give anyone who maybe watches this in the future some context. It was hard, you know, it's hard to get things during this time, and it's hard to find them as well, and online sometimes it just doesn't work out. So to remedy that, I'm like using different types of brushes to get some textures. This is a fan brush that I'm trying to emulate splatters. I think it worked out pretty well actually. And I'm just going crazy with the fake blood. Stop when you want to. In my opinion, there's never too much fake blood. But that's like just the gore hound in me. It's not very realistic to have like this much fake blood. Actually, this isn't that much. We'll have to have more than that. But yeah, just enjoy it. Have some fun. It's sticky because it's syrup, but you know, Halloween, you have fun. Do what you want to. If you're wearing this to go out though, I would not recommend the sticky syrup. In fact, when I went out back in, oh shoot, what year was that? What contributable year was that? Well, it was before the pandemic. I actually just used the water activated red paint because I was like, I am not gonna be covered in syrup while I go and party in contributable. Like, that was not an option. So yeah, this is the final look. You're just gonna watch me put on some blood for a little bit more, and then I'll show you guys the final look. And there you have it, my Harley Quinn Little Red Riding Hood look for Halloween. I call it, oh shoot, there was a siren, the cops are for me. Nope, they're gone. Okay. But basically, I really enjoy this look for Halloween because it's like you're cosplaying a character who's dressing up for Halloween. So technically, they're cosplaying too. It's like cosplayception, which is, you know, all about Halloween. Just having fun and doing what you want for Halloween. What am I saying? I don't know. It's late at night. I shouldn't be doing this at night. Anyway, I hope you like this look, and I hope that even though this is the pandemic, I hope that you're having a really fun Halloween. This is a holiday that's very close to my heart. I've always loved it, even though I actually have not dressed up for Halloween in a very long time. I dress up like every single other day of the year, okay? Give me a break. But yeah, I want you guys to have a very safe Halloween. I think that's the most important thing. Have fun, but be safe. Do like a Zoom call with your friends, or incorporate a face shield with your mask. Maybe wear a hazmat suit. That might be good. Just stay safe and have fun. Have a good spooky old time, and I hope that you enjoy this holiday as much as I do. See you next time.